This is when the Bible starts getting kind of dark.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone's upset about this.
This is also like, this is taking place over like hundreds of years.
Yeah.
So this is like, at the time Moses comes into frame, the Israelites have been slaves for like 430 years. So it's been like half a millennium, basically.
A long time.
Yeah.
So Moses is born.
Jesus was seen.
And his mom was like, I'm going to keep him around, try my best. But she really could only hang on to him for 3 months before she was like, everyone's going to know that he's a boy. So she puts him in a basket and then just like kind of nestles him into the banks of the Nile River. And then his sister stood by to like see what would happen. And I just loved thinking of like his older sister being like, I'm an only child now.
I know.
This fucking rocks.
I was
being
imagining like Kim in the hedge,
Kim?
the bushes, that meme of her going like this. And then she sees, just when she thinks like, fuck, he's like, who knows if he's going to live or not. She sees Pharaoh's daughter and her handmaidens like helping her bathe in the Nile. And she's like having like an erotic, sensual bathing moment in the river. And lo and behold, this little baby boat comes up. And she's like, oh my God, I love this thing.
She's that is so cute.
That is such a cute baby. But I don't want to take care of it or breastfeed it because I want to keep my body. But like, you can do it, to one of her nurses.
Find a Hebrew woman to like feed this thing and like raise it. And when it's like trained, give it back to me and I'll take care of it. I'll adopt him.
Classic, like 1%er.
The original surrogacy.
I know.
So Pharaoh's daughter ends up like adopting Moses and she names him Moses.
Which means like drew him out of the water.
Mm-hmm.
So Moses grows up to be sort of like in the royal family, but he knows he's a Hebrew, I think.
Yeah.
But it's like kind of kept low key. Like it's like a weird, like open secret kind of thing.
He's caught in the middle.
But he's a Nepo baby. Like he's definitely reaping the benefits of being like basically the grandson of the Pharaoh. So one day he goes out to like, he's curious and he wants to go like watch his people and like, what are they up to?
He
And
wants to go like watch them be enslaved.
Yeah. And like they're getting beaten and like, it's just, they're toiling, they're getting bricks and sticks and it's just horrible. And he's like, damn, couldn't be me. Sucks for them.
He sees an Egyptian man beating a Hebrew. So then Moses, in a fit of rage, kills the Egyptian and like hides him in the sand. And so then the next day, he's like walking around. He's like, that was crazy, but hopefully I'll see some better things like when I walk around in like the Hebrew land. And he's walking around and he sees two Hebrews fighting and he tries to stop them. And they're like, what? Are you going to kill us? Like you killed that Egyptian yesterday? And then Moses is like, fuck, everyone knows.
Word is out.
Yeah, everyone knows I'm a cold-blooded killer. He gets really paranoid.
Prince Moses killed a guard. So everyone's like, shit. And it gets back to Pharaoh.
And Pharaoh's like, we're going to kill Moses. Go kill him. But
which I didn't know because I watched like The Prince of Egypt, the cartoon.
That was about Joseph.
No, it wasn't. It was about Moses. The movie Prince of Egypt was about that, like Val Kilmer voiced Moses.
Oh, that was Moses.
The Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey song.
Why did I think that was about Joseph?
Because they did call him a Prince of Egypt.
Okay.
But
he was like the true Prince of Egypt.
Yeah. But I thought like, the way I thought Exodus was that Moses always thought he was Egyptian his whole life and that like Pharaoh was his dad and then him and Ramesses were brothers, but that was a movie. I didn't know that.
Was
like
that in The Prince of Egypt?
Yeah, it's like they grow up together, they're both like the princes. Ramesses is like the heir and Moses is like Harry, Prince Harry. And then he realizes he's actually Hebrew and then goes on like an existential crisis quest to the desert.
Why am I literally sitting here after watching Prince of Egypt my entire childhood, being positively convinced that it was about Joseph this entire time. Even going so far as to like remember scenes from it as like Joseph's story.
You're having like Mandela effect.
I fully Mandela affected myself with the Prince of Egypt.
It's Prince of Egypt, by the way, is a great movie.
Oh yeah, it's incredible.
I might have to rewatch it.
So Moses skips town because he's like, my dad wants me dead. I killed a man. Like, I've got to get out of here.
His mom kind of fell off. The Prince Pharaoh's daughter.
Yeah, she was like always 1 foot in, 1 foot out, I think. She was like, he's cute, but like someone else deal with him.
He ran away to Midian, which is on the Midian, on the outskirts of town to sit by a well, as one does.
And he like helps give a random flock of sheep some water, and it makes a good impression on their owner. So the owner invites him over for dinner, and then it makes such a good impression that the owner's like, here's my daughter, Zipporah, and marry her.
Yeah, this man turns out to be like a local
legend. A
local legend named Jethro. And he's like, Moses, you're so iconic. Like, please fuck my daughter. Mm-hmm. And he's like, sure.
Okay.
So they get married and they give birth to a son named Gershom.
Yeah, which means like stranger in a strange land or something.
A foreign, yeah.
And then...
Great name for your child, by the way.
Gershom.
No, just a stranger in like a foreigner in a foreign land.
But I think you like named your child like they were just like tools of storytelling for you. Much like today. Like...
That's
similar
true.
to today. So Moses is like, this kid's gonna reflect like my vibes.
Yeah.
So the king of Egypt dies, and then God, who's I guess been sleeping this entire time, perks up and he's like, here's the Israelites groaning and crying about their fucked up existence, and he's like, God, they have it bad. I got to do something about this.
Well, he's like, shit, I made that promise with Abraham.
Like 400 years ago?
Even longer than that. He's like, oh yeah. They're like literally like, can you free us, bitch?
They're like, God, we are slaves. Our lives are horrible. Please help us.
Take this
for
moment.
400 years. And then he's like,
oh.
There was something. Oh yeah. Okay. He goes, don't worry, I got you.
He's like, I'm going to make Moses do all my dirty work.
Took him long enough.
I know. So one day Moses is out tending to Jethro's flock and he saw a burning bush and he had like a full like Vietnam flashback, I think, to like killing the Egyptian. And he was like, oh God, so he thought it was like psychosis. And the bush was like, no, bitch, it's me.
The bush is burning, but not burning at the same time. Yeah, so it's like on fire, but not actually being destroyed. So he's fully like tripping balls.
And he's like, no, it's me, God. Listen, you have to go back to Egypt. You have to save your people because I'm lazy and metaphysical. And he goes, now take off your sandals and let me see those feet. And Moses was like, no free feet.
He tells him he's seen all the misery of the Hebrews in Egypt. And he's like, you're going to rescue them and take them to the promised land.
Of milk and honey. The land of Canaanites, Hittites, Amorites,
and Jebusites. Jebusites are my favorite. Jebusites.
I like Hittites.
So Moses is like, why are you doing this to me? ? Like, I am not the one. Like, don't ask me to do this. I'm like an idiot. Like he was like, I'm truly feeble-minded and I can't speak.
He's also like, they hate me. Like, I've literally slept with the enemy, basically. Like, I was a nepotism kid my whole life. I was like in the oppressor's family. Like, I killed someone. Like, they all hate me.
And God is like, no, here's what you're going to do. You're going to march up to the Pharaoh and say, let my people go. God was like, here's my plan. You go up to Pharaoh. You say, I need to take the entire clan of Israelites on like a wilderness retreat for 3 days so they can make sacrifices. And when he lets you go, then you're going to actually just bounce. And Moses is like, no one will believe that. Like, what do I even tell them when I get there? I'm going to be like, oh, God wants me to do this. Like, what? And they're going to be like, who's God? Like, what do I say? And God says, tell them I'm with you and I am who I am.
We are who we are. He sings the Kesha song.
He goes full Popeye vibes on him.
And then he goes, I am who I am. Tell them that. And he goes, and Moses is like, okay. But like, how is that going to help anything? And he goes, all right. He goes, take your staff out, that your shepherd's staff. And he goes, okay. And he goes, throw it on the ground. And he tosses it on the ground, and then it goes, and turns into a snake. And he's like, I can make this shit happen. And he goes, put your hand in your cloak. And Moses puts his hand in his cloak, and then his skin is leprous.
He pulls it out, and he has a leper hand.
He's like, oh God. He's having a full, like, schizo.
I think Moses ate, like,
peyote
berries or something, and is having, like, PTSD schizophrenia.
And he goes, oh, it's fine, it's fine. He's like, put it back in your cloak. And he puts it out in his hands, fine. He goes, see, I can fuck with the Egyptians. I can make wonders happen. They're going to be freaked out. They're going to see like what actual deity power is. And you will be my vessel. And then Moses literally says, which I thought was funny. He goes, pardon your servant, Lord. Please send someone else.
He's like, God's like, no. And Moses is like, I really don't know about this. Like, I got
a good thing going with Zip.
So, yeah, like, I'm just like, ugh. And God's like, trust, bitch. Like, I will make the Egyptians' lives hell until they agree to, like, let all the Israelites go. And God's like, look, grand finale, if they don't believe you after the cloak and your, like, weird leper hand, just take a cup of water out of the Nile and pour it on the ground, and it'll turn to blood. And then they will have to let you go.
So
Moses literally keeps arguing now.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm too slow and I'm so bad at speaking. And God's like, damn, bitch, can you do literally one thing that I ask you to do?
No, you can't.
He goes, fine, I will send your brother. I'll get your brother Aaron, who's like strong and hot.
And like actually
people like him.
And like in hell.
And he will like be the speaker and I'll just communicate with you. Can you fucking handle that? And Moses is like,